In this last video, we will be talking about what manufacturing and services are, the multinationals in these sectors. And additionally, we will see other topics that I hope are of interest to you. The advantages of becoming a global actor in the manufacture of goods and manufacturing are more obvious than for service companies. For example, in the case of the manufacturing of goods, the value chain can be divided into many locations. Part of the manufacturing process can be located in low, labor-based countries or with cheap supplies, while research and development can be located in a region with specialized competencies and with costs distributed in different markets. This is regularly the case with technology. It happens that multinationals go to developed countries. The consumption and labor are located in developing countries. On the other hand, in service companies, a large part of the value chain has to be generated locally. That is, there are few opportunities to subdivide activities in low-cost locations. Well, before I finish this video, I want to mention the difference between the multinational and the transnational companies. Do you know what the difference is? I ask you to pause this video and think about what would be the difference, or are they synonymous for you? Well, a multinational company manages its operations from a central headquarters, but invests in foreign countries where it produces this because in most cases, the labor is very cheap, or there is some other important contribution for the company in that country, or for a geographical or strategic position that the company wants to be in that country. It is important to mention that multinational companies do not create societies in foreign countries. What would be examples of multinationals? Multinationals could be car makers such as Ford, General Motors, Toyota. They are producing in Mexico, but the matrix where the decisions are made is in the United States. Well, now let's talk about the transnational company. A transnational company directs its operations and creates councils in each country. That is, it is said that they clone everything from one country to another, only that they adapt to the rules that each country has. The operations are not directed from a country of origin, as it was with the Armaderas. The classic example of this are commercial banks, which act as independent entities from country to country. Any commercial bank that you imagine, Santander, BBVA, and so on. Well, to finish with this topic of the multinationals, I want to mention that the exchange rate has been something very important, and that is a very relevant topic to analyze. In fact, many researchers currently analyze this topic, such as an academic article that I will share with you, which has just been published in 2021, very recent. If you like to read it, it is available in Canvas. And well, in summary, I tell you that this article comments that the impact of the exchange rate in the utilities of multinationals is not very clear. That is, if it affects them or not. Why? In the article they talk, among other things, about the importance of international trade and risk diversification. As we have mentioned in these series of videos, that these two topics are very important. This article analyzes the 30 largest multinational companies that are in China and that are also established in the United States. In the study, they analyze various financial reasons of these companies and different and other aspects of the financial states of these same companies, as well as the exchange rate of these two countries, the behavior of GDP over time, also of these two countries. All this is being analyzed by researchers, and results come out that the variations in the exchange rate are not relevant for these 30 top multinational companies. And they are not relevant whether these 30 companies are established in China or in the United States. Why do you think this happens? Well, the result is largely due to the financial instruments of hedging that the financials of these companies are using to take the risk back. They are being effective, and thus they are turning the variations that are existing in the exchange rate. All of this leads me to think that these giant companies are definitely using financials to diversify this risk. And this also leads me to think that the analysis and the materials seen in this class is relevant, since not only these top 30 multinational companies use financials to mitigate those risks, but also all multinational companies, even smaller, and also any other multinational company that has an important part of its income called foreign currency. So it is important to analyze all this in a world that is increasingly globalized, and we are increasingly dependent on foreign currencies. Thank you very much for watching these videos. I hope that what we have analyzed has been of interest to you. With this, we conclude the videos regarding multinationals.